Are you ready?
Yeah, turn up the heat.
Are you ready?
Is he ready?
Oh, yeah, he's ready.
It's go time.
Ready to go beyond the scores and stats.
I love it.
Good.
Let's bring it in. It's showtime, right?
Welcome to High on Sports.
The whole deal is like some kind of crazy game.
Exclusively on MorningShowCentral.com.
Hello and welcome to High on Sports. I'm Ralphie, and with me as always,
Ashley.
And I am Von Erich.
and whether you're joining us tonight on one of the many glorious apps or at home on your computer, thank you for making High on Sports a part of your evening. If you are not on one of the many glorious apps, just take your smartphone, search for TuneIn Radio. It's free to download. Just install it, search MSC Radio Network, hit play, and you're listening to us live on the go from your phone. You can also call the show toll free at 1-888-668-0742. Email your questions or comments to shows with an S at morningshowcentral.com. You can find us on Twitter at high_on_sports. I am at eRalphieW. He is at Von Erich. She is not there. It's like trying to get an old person onto like technology or something. We're like, get rid of your like pager, and you're like, no, I need it, like in case somebody. That's what this is, but with social network
She's
instead.
too busy texting on her jitterbug.
Yeah, wait. You know, all the old people are getting on Facebook. It's not cool anymore, right?
It's not. There's
But
too many.
if you are old, our page is facebook.com/high on sports. Go ahead and give it a like. And
Did you say she had a jitterbug?
I sure did.
it's that little one for like old people.
It only carries
It's why.
four numbers.
It's why I can't get on the Twitter. I'm busy on my jitterbug.
It's got the big numbers and it only holds four numbers.
Got like a couple of kilobytes of like monthly data plan.
Yeah.
You know.
You can only get two words, a couple words. I
I
follow
can
it, and I can't get off.
Half a sentence.
Those
out
are the
and I'm
only
done.
two buttons. There's I've fallen and then there's I can't get up. So and then send, obviously. But anyways, get to the website. It's highonsports.net. It's got the archive of all our past shows. Mark's blog, his precious baby. His latest post is about something we're about to get into. So if you want to hear his take on it as well, again, get to the website. Is Big Z's number retirement. They retired his number on Saturday, and a certain guest was in the crowd there, special guest there and everything. And it's LeBron. So we're gonna get into that in a little bit. We're gonna get into that a little bit later. But again, that is what Mark's latest blog's about, which again is at highnonsports.net. All right, it's round one. Let's do this. All right, we'll start with where I just brought up that we would start with. It is Big Z. His number retired. Number 11 now hangs from the rafters. As well it should is something
Yeah.
I want to establish that first and foremost. Because a lot of people, I believe it's what the youth call haters. Is that the term? Not pleased about his number retiring. I wouldn't say not pleased, but a lot of people online and calling into to places and stuff, thinking he didn't do enough to get.
Well, it was all the people who were complaining and hating were people who aren't Cavs fans.
Exactly. They're casuals.
Yeah.
They're casuals that want to get angry. Is all it is. It's because they stop and they look at his career as just a bunch of numbers.
Yeah, and it's so
one
much
All-Star
more
game,
than
two
that.
All-Star game, I
Two
know one,
All-Star
two.
games. His rookie year, he won MVP in the rookie game, and then 2 All-Star games.
And that's what people look at. They're like, oh, well, rookie game All-Star, or like, MVP in the rookie game and then
Yeah.
2 All-Stars. Who cares? But I'll tell you what, he leads first off, if you want to play the numbers game, I'll throw these two at your face. Cavaliers leader all-time in rebounding.
Yep. And offensive rebounding.
Well, yeah, and
It was offensive
if
rebounding
Andy
and
stays
overall
healthy enough.
rebound.
But-
Yeah.
And the other thing is, all-time leader in games played.
Yeah, and that was with look how many injuries he had to fight through, and he
Especially
still
early on in his career.
yeah
Exactly.
He had to
And no one thought he would be able to even walk again. They just reconstructed both of his feet pretty much.
He's made of silly putty.
Hey guys, real quick, not to interrupt. We had a little problem with the feed. The first part of the show, they didn't see you, but they heard you.
Hey, that's fine. That's actually better for me. So I got into
But it's working now. We're good.
as long as they heard us, that's all that matters.
I'll give him something to see.
Sure. Oh, man, and we were naked the whole first segment. They missed that. Oh,
Darn it! Well, I guess
Damn.
you'll just have to keep coming back because it only happens once in a blue moon.
there you go.
I didn't see any nakedness.
It was
All
real
right.
quick. It was like whoop whoop whoop.
Yep, that was it. With the little Pac-Man sound
Ashley the
effects,
Flasher.
too. Whoop, whoop. I think that's Pac-Man when he finds the little the big thing, then the ghosts turn blue and run away. It just starts making that noise. But anyways, it was a very fitting ceremony. I watched I didn't see it live. I watched the extended clip of like his speech and everything like that. But the real hot button issue, again, this is how ESPN's playing it, and you can argue that ESPN, an argument can be had both ways as far as with ESPN and the national media on it. It's from the national media standpoint they want to get people to read in Des Moines, Iowa. You know what I mean? Far away from here that have no reason to care. So what do people care about? LeBron James. LeBron James was in attendance. He was actually not with the rest of the people. He was up separated in a
He wasn't on the floor with them? I swear I saw him when Z walked in.
Did he? Oh, did he end up down there? Oh, right. Okay, I'm thinking during the game he was in like a box and stuff like that. Well, either way, he was still sort of... They towed the line between keeping him out of the way and not. I mean, he definitely wasn't.
Well, they didn't really show him or talk about him during the Cavs ceremony.
Yeah.
It was just ESPN and everybody else. Hey, LeBron's here.
Exactly. There was a LeBron. You're right. There was a LeBron cam that was basically just going to focus on him.
Yeah.
But I mean, anyways, that's the big hot button issue in all this is that he was there, and you know what? The thing that makes the situation weird is that he is still playing.
Yeah.
Granted, I understand that, but you know what? It makes perfect sense that he's there.
I know.
I'll go on to argue it would be sacrilege if he wasn't there.
Yeah.
They had so many former teammates there.
Delonte West was there.
Ira Newble was there.
I saw Booby there.
Booby Gibson was there. You're gonna have Ira Newble and not LeBron James?
Yeah. And that's why they did it because I mean, LeBron's a douche.
Yeah.
But I can't blame Z because they spent 7 years together in Cleveland.
And then
they went to an NBA Finals together. They were close friends. So I can't. He wanted him there. And it was on. LeBron had a day off. So he got a private plane, hopped it from Chicago because they're playing Chicago the next day. Hopped it from Chicago to Cleveland, and he was there. You can't be mad at it. And everyone who is mad, you need to get over it.
I want to nip something else in the bud though. Here, a little report that came out. I want to say it was from Windhurst. I hate Windhurst, but Brian Windhurst, of course, if you don't know, was a Cavaliers reporter when LeBron was here, and LeBron was in Miami. I was a Miami reporter.
He's been following him around since he was in high school. That's a little weird.
It is. Plus,
why are you following a man around?
I just hate his face and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like even if like we got him on the show and he was just here, he'd start to say something, I'd just be like, "Shut up, Brian Windhurst."
Right?
Like, there's a lot of people in the national media that if we could actually get like sitting down here, I'd be like, "Oh wow, like what's your take on this?" Like, a little bit of starstruck. We had Chuck Galletti. He's not national, but Chuck Galletti on the show.
He's an awesome dude.
A little bit starstruck because you're talking to him. Like. If Brian Winters were here, I would tell him to shut up to his mouth. Like, right to his mouth. I'd be like, shut your damn mouth. And you start saying something I would talk right over Brian Winters.
Yeah.
Even reading his email, yes, I'll come on the show. Just shut up.
Shut up. Shut the hell up.
We didn't invite you.
Shut up, Brian Winters. Just, God. Anyways, I won't even get into that. But either way, and by the way, every time he writes an article, too, it just pisses me off. Like,
he's so obsessed with him. That's just weird.
And then he wrote something about the Cavs recently about how if Kyrie Irving wants out, he's got all the power and all that stuff like that. It's like, why are you writing this?
Right. Go.
Why is this even an article? What the hell? Anyways, my point though is an article that I believe it was him. So if it's someone else, sorry, Brian Winters, but I'm pretty sure it's Brian Winters. But whoever it is, they suck, and I'm sure you know who you are. But they had an article where it was alleging that, according to sources, obviously, the Cavaliers actually were in communication with James the whole time about the ceremony, and even scheduled it around when James would be available to attend the ceremony. I'm going to tell you a couple reasons why that's BS. One, from what I've heard, this was a 3-day event. This was not just one day. This was a 3-day event.
So it's a reunion ceremony the night on on Friday night.
Mm-hmm. Saturday was the actual retirement.
Yeah.
And then I'm told that Sunday there was sort of a brunch thing for everybody involved and stuff. So Ira Newble could get a hot meal before he went back to whatever he's doing. But the point is, it wasn't just like something you could just throw in on a Tuesday or a Wednesday or something like that. It's something where you needed space to hold this event too. So I mean that limits it to begin with. But then to get even more, let's be honest here. If there was somebody in the organization the person who's got control over this mostly is like the GM and the owner and stuff like that. And if Chris Grant was having a little secret passing the notes with LeBron James about working things to make it good for LeBron James, if he's establishing, let's call it a channel to possibly discuss a return or anything like that with LeBron James, then he's not fired. If he can build an established relationship enough so that they're planning events together, then he's not fired right now. If he can bring even like a chance that he gets an inside edge about getting LeBron back after this offseason, then he is not fired right now. And that's all there is to it. If he has some kind of inside edge with LeBron, then they don't let him go. So that it's just not true. It's just not true. It's people trying to make controversy surrounding LeBron and everything like that. And it's just bull crap. That's all it is.
Well, because even Z said, he's like, yeah, it worked out that LeBron had a day off, but it's not, if he can't make it, he can't make it. If he makes it, he makes it. It's okay. Yeah, I'd like him to be there because he's one of my closest friends because I played with him for 8 years. Mm-hmm. But if he can't make it, he can't make it. It turns out he was able to make it. So all this crap about, when's your day off? What's the closest city you'll be in? Well, no, that's just silliness.
It's garbage. Friend of the show, we could say that. Friend of the show, Andy Baskin, actually was I heard him talking about this morning. He was at the event, and he was actually in the some of the back hallways before everything was going on. And he said at one point he was standing there in the middle of this like intersection of hallways, and he saw LeBron James coming down the hallway, pretty much by himself. And he looks down the other end of the hallway, and Dan Gilbert was coming down the hallway, and he's in the middle. And he says, I'm shocked, like I'm here, and I'm gonna get to see this chance meeting between the two. And how's it going to be? Have they talked more since the letter and since the decision? Like, what's their relationship like? This is going to be huge. But last minute, Dan Gilbert took a left because wherever he was going was down another hallway or something. So the two of them never actually crossed paths. But he was talking about just in this moment of being like, oh my God, like they're going to meet up. What's going to happen? But in reality, they got nowhere near each other. That's funny. But what I want to know is that collusion? I mean, not collusion, tampering? The NBA's got some very strict rules about tampering. If LeBron is there as a guest,
right?
if the owner or GM, you know what? Zdrunas Ilgauskas is the assistant general manager of the Cleveland Cavaliers, and he just invited a current player to attend a ceremony honoring him. I don't make the rules. I know if David Stern were still here, he'd find a way to fine each person involved in it.
He'd be levying out the fine.
But Adam Silver doesn't want to piss off his personal best friend Kyrie Irving. That's all I will ever remember Adam Silver for.
My personal best friend.
Now we give the award to my friend. I didn't know we were friends. We've just been to meetings together, but,
little delusional,
sure,
but
dude.
That's all right.
He's just texting Kyrie, like, when are we going to hang out? We never hang out anymore, dude. Imagine that awkward situation you find yourself in. If he's just like, hey, you want to, I got, Yankees tickets. You want to come to a baseball game or something?
Like, dude.
It's like he's a commissioner. It's just such a weird position to be in. I don't know.
My friend, Kyrie.
My best friend in the whole world.
Who I've only seen 3 times.
We give the award to my eternal everything. The apple of my eye. And reason for my existence. That was just weird. Anyways, let's talk. Let's see. All right, yeah, let's talk a little bit of football here. A little bit of pigskin. Tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time begins the NFL's new league year, which of course is championed in by the start of free agency. So we are officially in that zone of all of a sudden, blah, 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 expected to sign tomorrow, blah, 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 because everybody can negotiate right now. So a lot of these guys are figuring out or have figured out their deals now or are doing it now and are going to go public with it tomorrow. The Browns already in the middle of some hot rumors here. One in particular is that the Browns reportedly tomorrow, as early as tomorrow I should say, will agree to a deal with San Francisco 49ers safety Dante Whitner, former Buckeye. So that's always nice. Now what that means is TJ Ward is gone because they essentially play the same position out there, and no one really thinks you can move TJ Ward to the other safety because he doesn't really have any coverage skills per se. But that means the Browns
are crap out of people.
Oh yeah, but unfortunately he's going to be hitting the crap out of people for someone else. And then the other one, this comes out today. This one had me scratching my head a little bit. Actually, we haven't talked about this on the show since we weren't on last week. But the Browns have used the transition tag a couple weeks ago on Alex Mack, which is a weird scenario that people don't often use. But then, of course, right afterwards, the Steelers used it on someone, so I thought that was strange. But anyways, it's a situation where they almost become like an unrestricted free agent in the NBA or whatever, where any team can offer them a contract, but the Browns have the right up to 5 days, I believe, to come in and match it. The weird thing is word coming out today from Mac's agent saying he's confident that he and another team will be able to structure a deal or come with some sort of agreement that the Browns will not be able to match, which really sucks to hear.
It does.
But also worth noting is a lie, because the Browns have more cap space than anybody but the Raiders. And if they think if the Raiders want to spend all of their, what they have on a center, have fun with that. Have fun with that, honestly. I desperately want the Browns to bring Alex Mack back to the team, because, honestly, look at the offensive line. You lose him, and you've got Joe Thomas and literally whatever else you want to put out there.
Yeah.
I mean, Jason Pinkston, the jury's still out there. Mitchell Schwartz had a good year followed by a bad year, so I don't know what Mitchell Schwartz is really Mitchell Schwartz. But just too many question marks on this line if you can't bring him back. But what I want to know is, and I think this is odd, is whatever deal you agree with someone, does that mean if the Browns decide to match it, you just have to sign with them? Because we're talking, if you're looking at a multi-year deal with someone, we're talking like 6 years or something with somebody, and then the Browns say, no, yeah, we're matching it. Do you then have no choice, but you now have to sign a 6-year deal to stay with your team? Because that sounds a little bit ridiculous to me. Honestly, I mean, unless maybe it works sort of like the franchise tag where the Browns he has to agree with the Browns up to 1 year of that deal. But who knows, honestly. The whole thing's just really confusing. We'll know more as time goes on. But I would really very much like to see the Browns retain him.
God, yeah.
Because it would be just a nightmare if they don't. Also, Browns looking at running backs big time. Ben Tate is a name that's been thrown around really since they traded Trent Richardson. So that's been going on for a couple of months. But yeah, Ben Tate out there. Darren McFadden, one of those rumors. Although he scares me because he's damn good, but he just cannot stay healthy. Noshawn Moreno, also a possibility. I don't know what Noshawn Moreno is, though, because he was all right in his rookie year, garbage since then, and great last year. So I'm assuming you get a middle-of-the-road average at best kind of guy. But it's going to be a wild couple of weeks here, and there's going to be a lot of new faces and a lot of new places by the time we come back on air next week. That is for sure. All right, let's talk something else here, though. We're going to change gears a little bit to something Von Erich's going to enjoy, because it's only 21 days till opening day.
What?
Yeah, that's right.
It's
You
coming
heard me
up
correct.
quick.
Weeks.
By the way, I heard today, the instant replay they got going on and everything, they're hyping up this year. It's not even going to be available for the opening series in Australia. So, just more and more.
That's because that's how garbage we're having an opening series before the season technically even starts in another freaking country.
It's just
They
stupid.
must not have good Wi-Fi there.
Exactly. Well, it's all the spiders.
Because
and
they're down
snakes.
under.
All the spiders.
Dude, they do have.
Blame it on that.
They have
It's because they're
creepy
down under,
bugs
so the
down there.
Wi-Fi just falls off the earth into space.
They have creepy bugs down there. They
happens.
have
They do.
rabbits, crazy big spiders, and creepy bugs.
Literally every creature in Australia can kill you in under
Yep.
10 minutes. That is fact. That is undisputable fact. Also an undisputable fact, the Indians opened their tickets for the home opener just recently on April 4th. It sold out in 15 minutes.
Woo!
15 minutes, not
There you
bad.
go, tribe.
But
Coming
and
off a playoff run.
That doesn't
Scalpers,
excite me at all.
scalpers
I was pissed,
still
man.
available.
I was up early in the morning trying to get those damn tickets, and I couldn't. I just wanted like bleacher seats or something like that or whatever. And as soon as they went live with it, they're already sold out.
Scalpers still available. I can't legally tell you to go to a scalper, but
Yeah, and the problem is,
I
we've
can
discussed it
hint.
100 times here on the show before. That'll be the only game that sells out during the year. You can't buy tickets for the home opener. buy some for the second game.
Right?
Right?
And they won't do that.
All right, well, what we're going to do is we got 3 shows with you before the Indians start because actually we're on the the first game of the year. We're on that day, but the Indians don't play till like 10 because they're all the way in the West Coast, which is stupid. But that means you'll be able to pregame with us on what is that? The 31st is 31 days in March. That sounds right. You can pregame with us. It'll be an all Indians pregame show for you that week. Nothing but Tribe, although probably other stuff besides Tribe. And definitely baseball, just in general. But anyways, we're going to break down a position each week unless they fill the position before we come on air. And this week is the 5th starter spot. An ongoing battle right now that really is still pretty much anyone's game. We have the four people who can just pencil it in right now. Justin Masterson, Corey Kluber-Lang, Danny Salazar, and Zach McAllister are your 1 through 4. Possibly in that order. Probably in that order. I don't know. All I know is Masterson's on the top. Obviously, the last spot is very much up for grabs, and that's what we're breaking down here. And it's really up to Trevor Bauer, Carlos Carrasco, Josh Tomlin. A bit of long shots, but there is Sean Markham and Aaron Harang. Von Erich, I want to start with you here. How is this going to be shaping up?
Just by looking at it on paper, you would think right off the rip Josh Tomlin would be the guy.
He's been the guy before, right?
Yes. Even after his Tommy John surgery, he only pitched, I think, a couple games last year because he was just coming back from the injury. But you also got to look out for Harang, who played pretty well with the Dodgers last few years. I don't know if he was with them last year. But also Carlos Carrasco, who is out of options and a guy that they definitely want to keep on their roster. I don't know what's up with Tomlin, if he can go to the minors, especially after missing a year with injury. So basically what it comes down to is who can we keep without having to get rid of anybody that we don't want to get rid of.
So by that logic, is this Carlos's on the pure basis of he's the only one that could they have to guarantee stays by giving him the spot?
No, he is another one who just came back from injury, lost a year to Tommy John surgery. But as long as he performs, he's the guy without options. I think he makes the club.
All right, interesting. I really like Trevor Bauer, but again, I feel like there's no reason to be in too much of a rush there. Everything I'm hearing about this guy is good, though. The one thing I hear is that he gets in his own head a little bit too much about things, which you kind of just got to stop thinking and let the game play itself. But I'm hearing that this guy talks like a chemist. Like the way he talks about baseball is he looks at it as much as a scientist would analyze the game itself as much as he is a pitcher. That's what I've heard. I've heard he's got way more than 4 pitches. He's got an absurd amount, and he's constantly working and experimenting on new pitches. The one thing I would say to him is maybe calm the hell down, throw a fastball, a changeup, and a curve, and then you can get fancy. You can get fancy once you've established yourself in the majors. Go from there.
You know something special about that guy when they constantly compare him to Japanese pitchers?
That's true. That means there's something mysterious about him.
He's got the dignity.
Oh, Jesus.
Exactly. I really like Trevor Bauer, and I think this is the year that Trevor Bauer, officially makes that jump. You see that a lot of times with guys, really all over this roster in general, almost, and not even just pitchers, but position players as well. One of the biggest ones I think of is Brantley was one like that, where they have a year where they're sort of coming up and back and up and back and up and back, and then that experience going into the next offseason, it's fuel, it's food, it's motivation that the next year I'm here for good. And the following year after that, Brantley was here for good. And now he's even got signed to an extension, and he's an integral part of this team. And oddly enough, I always think this is funny. The centerpiece of the CC Sabathia trade,
yes,
when he was a back end throw-in player. There's 2 players like that on the roster because Yan Gomes was another one. That was a throw-in trade for the deal that the Indians did to get
Carlos Santana as well.
Yeah, that's right.
We traded Casey Blake for him.
That's right.
I like that deal.
I think it was a deal to get it was Esmail Rogers for Micah Vilas.
Yes.
For the Indians, and they're like, I'll take Yan Gomes too. So all of a sudden you got Mike Avila's one of the best bench players in the game, and Yan Gomes is your starting catcher. That's crazy. Gotta love this stuff. You can't write it. All right, we're going to take a quick break, but when we get back, you're going to find out what's urinating us off. We're going to start dipping our toes in the old March Madness pool. All that and so much more. You're listening to High on Sports on the MSC Radio Network.
User-friendly and ready to serve. MorningShowCentral.com. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network.
I knew something was wrong when a little pretty white girl ran into a black man's arms.
You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network.
This is President Barack Obama, and you're listening to MSC Radio Network.
Oh, wow. Language.
Okay, he was PMSing.
You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network. Oh, great. Not another Farmville request. Check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/Morning Show Central. Denying one Farmville request at a time. If you have a product or service, let people know about it. Get your message out there and advertise on MSC Radio Network. It's easier than you think, and the whole planet is listening. Find out how you can advertise. Email Chris at morningshowcentral.com.
MSC Radio Network has just tweeted the following.
This bowel movement won't come out. Check us out on Twitter at twitter.com/MSC Radio Network. With hundreds of live weather products and layers and thousands of combinations, Weather Studio provides a professional graphics and storm monitoring solution without complex user knowledge and without the industry standard price tag of $1,000 plus broadcast systems. Weather Studio displays a plethora of critical atmospheric and geophysical data on an interactive GIS-enabled computer map. Get your free 14-day trial of Weather Studio at their website, weatherstudio.paulmarv.com. That's weatherstudio.paulmarv.com.
I know. Oh my God, I know what we're gonna do. Oh, it's so delicious, I can almost taste it.
If you're looking for the best sub shop in town, look no further. Hanini Subs, located at 7310 Lorraine Avenue, is the place for you. Stop in for a cold cut sub, cheeseburger and fries, wingdings and fries, and so much more.
I can almost taste it.
Hanini Subs at 7310 Lorraine Avenue is open 24 hours a day. Check them out on Facebook, facebook.com/burrito crazy. And if you mention MSC Radio Network, you'll get $1 off your meal. It's all good at Hanini Subs.
So damn good.
If you're looking for the best in musical equipment, recording gear, sound reinforcement, and more, Guitar Center has you covered. Guitar Center, located at 26635 Brook Park Road in North Olmsted, has the tools of your trade with the largest selection of music and sound gear in the area. They cater to your musical needs and have the knowledge to help you out. Guitar Center in North Olmsted. MorningShowCentral.com uses them. You should too. Need to know more? Go to GuitarCenter.com. Pete 99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. Jumping from one web host to another can be frustrating. Finding a good web host can be unnerving for even the most experienced of web designers. That's why Uncensored Net Noise has chosen P99 Technologies as its web hosting supplier. Established in 1999, P99 Technologies has evolved into a first-class web hosting provider. Its 99.9% uptime rivals many in the industry. That's why they offer their 30-day guarantee, no questions asked. For more information, go to P99.com. P99 Technologies will help you get started with your web presence with honest and expert customer service. P99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. Yo, it's Woody. Now, I know a thing or two about women, and I want to help all the ladies out there take care of their men. Happy Endings Orgasmically Organic Massage Oil. Yeah, I said orgasmically organic, made right here in Cleveland. Now, no other product delivers this level of purity and performance. It's guaranteed to improve overall experience and keeps that sensitive skin soft and smooth. Guys, don't be a tool. You're doing it anyway. Might as well do it right. Get your happy ending at happyendingsoil.com. That's happyendingsoil.com. Lakewood Computer, located at 14035 Madison Avenue in Lakewood, has it all. If you're in need of computer repairs or want to cut the cost of ink cartridges and printing supplies, count on Lakewood Computer in Lakewood, Ohio to provide it all. For the past 5 years, Lakewood Computer has been providing you with a huge assortment of computer equipment and services at very competitive prices. Lakewood Computer purchases and sells pre-owned desktops, laptops, and related equipment, and they offer outstanding prices on aftermarket printing supplies, including toner cartridges and ink cartridges. With 29 years of professional experience, Lakewood Computer is highly confident in their ability to enhance your overall computing experience. Check them out online at joeslakewoodcomputer.com. That's joeslakewoodcomputer.com. Or give them a call toll-free, 855-580-0768. That's 855-580-0768. Looking for reliable and affordable Shoutcast audio or video hosting? JWN Media offers complete Shoutcast hosting solutions for business or personal use. All plans come with full listener stats, custom web scripts for implementing your service into your existing website, full server control, super fast network, and huge bandwidth limits, a 99.5% uptime guarantee, and friendly, knowledgeable support personnel dedicated to making your hosting experience fun and easy. With plans starting at only $3 a month, you have no excuse not to get a server of your own. Plus, with the option to add auto DJ and on-demand services, you can be confident your station will be all it can be. Custom plans are also available at their website. Simply visit jwnmedia.com and click the Shoutcast hosting link to get started right now. Call the show toll-free, 1-888-668-0742. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on morningshowcentral.com.
Hello, I am Ralphie, and with me as always,
Ashley.
And I'm Von Erich.
and you are listening to High on Sports. Remember, as always, you can call the show toll-free, 1-888-668-0742. Email your questions or comments to shows with an S at Morning Show Central. Wait, yeah, shows with an S at morningshow.com. I don't know why I just stopped thinking.
Give a shout out to Joe Smith in the chat room.
Oh, hello.
Legitimately Joe Smith. That's what
Wait.
it says.
Hey, Joe Smith. I'm sure that's him. All right. I'm sure that's the one we're thinking of. Anyways, find us on Twitter at high_on_sports. I am at eRalphieW. He is at Von Erich. And you can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/high-on-sports. Go ahead and give it a like. Check out our website. Actually, it is highonsports.net. It's got the archive of all our past shows, Mark's blog, and a bunch of other fun stuff. Again, that is highonsports.net. All right, let's get right into things here. We got a big show left for you. It is round 2. Let's go. All right, it's time for a staple of High on Sports. Actually, I don't have a place for this, so I'm just going to bring it up real quick. Oscar Pistorius. Did you hear about this one, Eric? I thought you would enjoy this more than anybody. I know you've always been a Pistorius guy. They're doing the trial right now, which is really weird. It's different. South Africa. They've got different laws and stuff. Well,
It's
anyways,
the O.J. Simpson trial of Africa.
exactly.
Even though it's a white guy.
Well, what they do. White is black in South Africa, isn't it? Isn't that how that works? It's the other way around. I don't know.
Is that what apartheid means?
I don't know. I don't know. What? Anyways,
That can't be correct.
No, that's probably not the case. Anyways, so they had a what do you call those guys from CSI with that poke around
The
the
forensics
body?
experts?
No, the ones that are cutting inside the body and looking
Medical
around.
examiner.
Yeah, sure that.
Autopsy guy?
The coroner?
They had the old
Coroner.
guy. Yeah, they had the old guy with the cane from CSI come in, and
This is so bad we're joking about a murder.
anyways, they had him come in and they had him testify. Not actually the old guy from CSI, by the way, but anyways, they had the coroner come in and testify about all the wounds and stuff, because apparently there's a special kind of ammo that expands on contact, designed to really just do
hollow
the
points.
the most messed up kind of damage to somebody. Well, as he starts describing in depth the detail of the wounds on this woman, Oscar Pistorius got just so overwhelmed, maybe we'll say. He just threw up. Dude just threw up at the trial.
Yep.
Yeah, when people were talking about his, girlfriend during the actual testimony, he started covering his ears. He didn't want to hear it. I don't know if he's putting on an act or who knows what, but he seems legitimately upset about what happened.
As I would call myself a legal expert, because I just would, because I have low standards. But I would say that what do you call it? A lawyer, legal expert, forgot the word lawyer. But as the lawyer probably, he sneaks him a little, what do you call that stuff? Cervipicac? That stuff, you take a little drop, throw up. I'm just saying. Sold it. Sells it pretty well. I don't know. Nothing sells it like vomit. That's what they say. All right. It's time to find out what's urinating us off. And we're going to start as we always do. I know he's got a good one. This one's probably just going to be the whole second half of our show. But all right. Von Erich, take it away.
All right. What's urinating me off? We hear all this nonsense from time to time. It used to be, random that, hey, the Redskins need to change their name and their logo. Chief Wahoo should be eliminated from the Indians. All kinds of Native American imagery should be eliminated from sports. And now even the Cleveland Plain Dealer, the same rag that named the Indians, came up with the name Cleveland Indians.
It's a newspaper, by the way, for everyone at home that doesn't. That is,
it's borderline bankrupt.
Staring at their computer screen, wondering what this is.
Someone who wasn't around in the 40s and doesn't know what a rag is. But they call for the complete ban of Chief Wahoo once and for all.
They can piss off. That's all I got to say.
Let me see it. Oh, go on.
We talked about this before the show. If there was really a necessity to eliminate the imagery and, all kinds of that, if they wanted awareness, the Native Americans themselves would be down here putting plaques up, putting, information out, pamphlets, literature, all that fun stuff that, you like to get before you walk into a baseball game.
Retarded-ass white people. How is this offending you?
Yeah, the Native Americans are not upset.
They don't care.
They have all 150 of them sent emails to management from the Indians, Redskins, and other teams saying, we don't care about your logos. We don't care what kind of name you use for your team. So
I hate people.
I say here at High End Sports, every week we should have imagery of Chief Wahoo.
I'm down.
Especially, that's why I'm wearing the Chief Wahoo shirt.
Wow!
I'll say this. I'm not gonna argue with you, but I will point out though that the shirt you're currently wearing is possibly the most I don't even know. I want to say offensive,
this is also
but I mean
from
I'm
the
white.
1948 World Series
but
champions Indians.
that is that just looks bad. I don't know.
Does that offend you? Are you Native American? Because Native Americans aren't getting offended. So why the hell would you be offended?
Excuse me.
You're acting like I gave them the blankets infected with smallpox.
Right?
I am 1/64th Cherokee, so from this point on, I am now the foremost authority on whether or not Native Americans are allowed to be offended. And let me say this. I'll say this. I'm not going to argue whether or not they should keep Chief Wahoo, because I like Chief Wahoo. I grew up my whole life with Chief Wahoo. I don't know what it's like not to have Chief Wahoo, except I do, because I live right now, which, look around you, Chief Wahoo's gone. He's going to be more gone.
All this political
year after year.
correctness can blow me.
I'm just saying.
Listen.
Listen.
It's getting out of hand.
It's not even a debate whether or not they should get rid of Chief Wahoo. I'm telling you that it's going to happen. Because it's already happened. Look at the Block C. Why is there a C on their hats?
Because everyone's like, oh my God, you're going to hurt somebody's feelings. You know what? Man the hell up. I'm sorry. Don't sit like a 2-year-old and cry because someone took your freaking toy truck. Man the hell up.
I'm telling you, like I said, I'm not arguing whether or not they should. I'm telling you.
Oh my God, you guys are so mean.
It's gone. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. It is gone.
Stupid.
But
no, it's not gone. I bought this shirt, this racist ass shirt.
Oh no! Let me say that
Progressive Field last season.
Okay, let me tell you this though. Let me tell you this. It won't be gone. You can still buy it. you will still be able to buy
I'll buy the hell out of
the
Chief Wahoo.
Indians themselves. I'm telling you, we're not far from a point where it just won't be worn.
Stupid.
That's what's coming. I mean, you know that as well as I do, Von Erich. You see the changes that come to the jersey every year. Subtle things at first, and then all of a sudden it's like, they got like a C on their hat. That's odd. Whatever. I really hate that one jersey, by the way, though, with the red hat. And
I don't like
just
it.
like a cream colored jersey. That looks stupid. I hate that. But anyways,
You don't know if it's home. You don't know if it's away.
Yeah, and when they're once member call ups, I don't know who the hell some of these people are.
Right?
I see this guy play, and I'm like, the Matt Underwood will just say his name, and I'll be like, who the hell is that? How can you just say that so casually? Never heard that name in my freaking life. But anyways, my point is yes, I think it's gone. I don't think it's gone. I know it's going away. But what we were talking about beforehand is like, you know what I think they should do if they really want to. This is just a win-win. There's nothing wrong with this with doing this. Is they are named the Indians. The nickname is because of Louis Sakalexis, which was a Native American, and it's why people started calling like, oh, the Indians are coming to town because they had that Native American player. So it's just what everybody started calling them. So eventually they owned it. It's like, yeah, we're the Indians, and that's what we are. We'll kick your ass, But my point is, why is there not a statue of him to begin with? There should be, if the man they're named after. If you're gonna put up statues everywhere, the man they're named after should have a statue. Jim Tomey shouldn't have a statue.
Right on his head.
Well, no, they wouldn't do that. But I mean, a statue of him, and then like Von Erich was saying, even just for the PR, some plaques, some maps, some just stuff about the history of Native Americans.
If they can do it in the metro parks, they can do it at Progressive Field.
Exactly, and it's a really big part of us being, people from the greater Cleveland area. It's a part of our day more so than we even realize. Cuyahoga County. Where do you think that got its name? Where do you think the name Ohio comes from? I mean, almost all the names of all the places around here, come from Native American words or Native American culture and stuff like that.
Because they named it before we even got here.
Well, that's why. But anyways, I mean, it's just something. I'm telling you, like, just from a PR standpoint, if they can get in there and be like, well, this is all to honor this and that, like, then you just look good and nobody's gonna question you. That's all I'm saying. Like I said, I understand that there isn't, like, if there was a bunch of just large mass Native American groups like picketing or protesting or something like that, that would be one thing. That would be one thing.
No, I tell them to F off too.
I mean,
people need to stop getting offended. I'm sorry. Like, we can't live our lives going off of what one person down the street is crying about, because I don't give a shit what you're crying about, because no one cares what I'm crying about. So go to hell.
Exactly.
Stop being offended by everything.
You're crying about losing Chief Wahoo, but they're still going to take him.
Right? People just say, you need to grow a pair. I don't understand why everyone has to be like, oh my God, that's so offensive. Oh my God. You know what? Don't let it offend you.
We really need something to cry about, or else, nothing would urinate us off.
And that's why we're here.
See, we get urinated off about, like, legit people doing stupid shit.
Yeah.
And this is stupid shit.
Like,
because people are crying about crap that offends them.
People with no legs
Why are you being
throwing
offended
up
over something that has nothing to do with you? You're a 30-year-old white lady. The hell do you have to do with Native Americans, and why are you being offended?
Who are we talking to?
I'm just talking to the general public who's crying about Chief Wahoo.
Who do you think's listening to this show? For God's sakes, you're a 67-year-old black man. You have no reason to be offended.
Right?
Who's listening to this? I don't understand. Why'd you just get so You are a 16-year-old Asian. You do not have a reason to care.
I just came up with an Asian person. I just came up with one because there's probably a 30-year-old white lady crying about Chief Wahoo somewhere. Crying about the freaking Washington Redskins.
If we did not acknowledge your age or ethnicity, we're very sorry. And you can write us a letter, and we will acknowledge it next week.
I'm just saying, if there was a team called the White Folk, I would not be offended. So why the hell are you offended when it has nothing to do with your race or nationality?
I wouldn't say
the Harlem white folk.
I don't think offended is the right word, but uncomfortable I would be.
I'd be like, go white people.
Would. No, I'm serious. If there was a team that was like, oh, we're the Harlem white folk, I'd be like, I don't like that.
Whatever.
I think I don't like it.
Yeah, I'd be like,
am I supposed to not
I don't
like it?
that, but at the same time, I don't feel like I'm allowed to say that I don't like that. I don't understand. Let me do this real quick. That was good talk. I think the weirdest thing, though, by the way, about all this is the thing that is bringing this up again. For people that are just sick of hearing the argument one way or another, it's just the fact that it's really locally it hasn't really been asked or brought up and
everyone's
stuff
always
like that.
supported Chief.
Because it's always like, whatever. But this is the first time that a local media outlet
And hey,
really
plain dealer, that's why you're going
took a
out of
stance
business,
against it.
bums.
Well, that's not why.
Well, it's not, but they are.
But
Because no one reads the newspaper anymore.
anyways,
It's called internet. Get with it.
I want to do mine. I'll do my urinating off real fast before we move into this. By the way, Von Erich says we can go to break. Getting close to March Madness and stuff. Selection Sunday is next Sunday, which means next show, the next time we are on air,
Brackets, baby.
we're breaking down our brackets. So
Oh, yeah.
bring your pens next week.
What
This
about
going
fantasy
down.
baseball? I've been waiting on that.
Oh, we'll get that going soon. Me and you, we'll talk and we'll hammer that stuff out. We're yeah. You know what? Actually, send an email to highoutsports@gmail.com if you are interested in joining the High on Sports Fantasy Baseball League. Fun will ensue.
If you want to lose to me, the two-time defending champion.
I don't remember what I came in. Was it last year I came in second or the year before?
Yeah, I think
year.
it was last year.
I remember I came
played you in the
second,
championship,
but I lost
and
by like 300 points.
I think I did
but I was
very
still the
well
second
last
best
year.
team.
I
It
think
was
I actually
more
did
than
very well.
300. I think
Fun
I
will
doubled
ensue.
your score.
You may have.
Asterisks. Fun
was terrible.
not legally guaranteed. All right.
I still claim second. I'm okay with
We'll
that.
have more details on that soon next week, week after, and all that stuff. But I'm going to do this real fast. Is Rashard? I almost said Rashard Jennings again. I almost said that again, but I didn't. But I just said it now. But Rashard Mendenhall, who you may remember the last time I really brought him up was when everybody was celebrating Osama bin Laden getting murderized, and he said, you're still cheering for a man dying that you don't even know, so calm down,
I
but
will
whatever.
cheer every
Anyways,
time that man
that's
dies.
not the point. You're fine. You're fine.
Every time he dies?
No one's putting you on trial for
Every
anything.
time
You're
he
fine.
dies.
You're fine. Anyways, he's retiring from the NFL, which is fine. That is more than okay. He's made enough money. People forget that. They think like, oh, well, you still have millions on the table. Yeah, but he's made millions. Which, if
Right.
you think about it as like a normal person,
You spend $80K a year. You're
There-
sitting
you're
at $10 million.
fine.
How,
Yeah, he invested
got
all of his
years.
money in the MSC radio network, and now he's bankrupt.
Sorry, dude. Anyways, so he's retiring, and he says, they asked him, and he says, as for the question, what will I do now with an entire life in front of me? He wrote, I say to that, I will live. I plan to live in a way that I never have before, and that is freely. Because he goes on to say that he's retiring.
That means he's opening a chicken shop, or he's gonna open a used automobile business. One of those.
Well, he claims he's going to see the world, and he's going to travel, and he's going to write, and he's blah, 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 blah. Like the whole eat, pray, love thing, I guess. I don't know what he wants to do, but all I know is that's what bothers me is this claiming that I'm finally free. I've broken off the shackles of millions upon millions of dollars and free publicity. Like... He's complaining about his life, like none of my life's private, and I have to deal with compliments, but I have to deal with criticism and blah 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 blah.
Oh man, someone
Guess
told
what?
me I should run
you know what?
harder.
You know why people
Well,
watch? You know why people watch your lives of you, like filthy rich people? Because you're doing exciting things like riding jet skis and crap like that.
And what do?
We get privacy. You know what we do with our privacy? We cut out coupons. We cut out coupons
I
for
saved
pizza.
$1 today. Woo!
Yeah.
Buy one, get one
Large
free.
coffee
Hell
for a price
yeah.
of a small coffee? You're damn right. That's what we do with our
Today's
privacy.
a good day.
That's what we do with our privacy.
I would gladly
It's
take cameras
overrated.
following me around if I got $1 million paychecks every year.
Exactly.
I'd be like, follow me all you want. Just don't go inside my house. Follow me to my doorstep. All you want.
All right, well, we're getting near the end of the show because immediately following this show, of course, is Everything in Between with your host and my good buddy, Von Erich.
Hey, that's me.
Musical guest.
Hey!
Everyone leaves from Columbus.
There you go. I thought for a second you were telling the listeners to go.
Everyone leave. I'm like, oh, right now?
No,
Like,
don't
they
do
are.
that. Join us in the chat room, please.
Everyone come back. All right. End of the show, we end it the way we always 3 up, 3 down time. Down number 3, Dale Earnhardt Jr. ran out of gas with the lead on the final lap of the Cobalt
second.
Tools 400.
Hey, man, he went first, second. Good start for Junior.
Yeah, not bad. Down
That's
number
my
2,
boy.
the Indiana Pacers and the Miami Heat. 2 best teams on the East are now on a 4-game and 3-game losing skid, respectively. Down number 1, the Kentucky Wildcats, unranked in the latest poll. They started the season #1 for those of you keeping score at home. And
Is that who Jabari plays for?
Who?
That's
Jabari
Duke.
Parker?
No, that's Duke. Jabari Parker's with Duke.
Wrong
and
blue jerseys.
Uptime, up #3, Bacon. The Lehigh, this is one of my favorite things that's ever happened, by the way, is the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs, which is the AAA affiliate of the Philadelphia Phillies, have revealed a new uniform featuring their logo as a wavy strip of bacon on the hat, jersey, and pants.
Sounds delicious.
They are breaking minor league sales records with all this bacon gear. The head of their marketing person has already said with the amount of gear they've already sold, they find it near impossible for any club to catch up with them this season. And the season hasn't even started yet. Anyways.
Did you see the Bacon app?
No.
They have an app that you can download, put on your phone, and it makes the sound of bacon, and it also makes the odor of bacon as well.
What?
It's exciting. I think you got to get an attachment to make odors and stuff.
Yeah, it's
there's another
attachment.
All I know is I have bacon
Trust
at my
me, if
house.
I knew
so
how to
all
make
this
my
talk
phone
about
smell like
bacon is
meat,
making me want to make it.
I would have done it. All right, up #2, Coastal Carolina. They, I don't know their team name because I looked it up and it was really hard to pronounce, so I didn't even write it. It's a rooster. It's a blue rooster. They beat Winthrop for the Yeah, I don't know. I'm just making this up at this point.
So.
For the Big South title and their first NCAA tournament trip in 21 years.
Go get you some turnies.
Up #1, Big Z. Zadrunas Ilgauskas got his number 11 jersey retired to the rafters in Quicken Loans Arena.
Good
Gotta
for you, Z.
love
And
it.
there it will hang until
for
it gets
you.
stolen.
There you go, or we all die. All right, that's going to do it for us this week. We're going to end on that cherry note. And next week, we will be back celebrating St. Patrick's Day. We'll be wearing green, and, maybe Josh McCown will sign somewhere, and we can talk about that as a technicality. All right, so for Christopher Von Erich, for Ashley, I'm Ralphie saying good night, everybody. We will see you next week, same time, same place. Thanks for tuning in to High on Sports on MorningShowCentral.com.